Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Recently, Foundries, the number 6 chip giant in the United States, was exposed to officially shut down its chip factory in Chengdu, China. The factory cost $70 billion to build and all employees were laid off. As soon as the news came out, heated discussions arose. Since the beginning of this year, there have been frequent news about the relocation of the industrial chain of foreign giants. Technology giants Apple, Dell, Japanese companies Sony, Panasonic, etc. have been blasted to transfer production lines one after another. The OEM production orders for chips and electronic processing products occupy an important position in China's industrial chain. Therefore, this kind of news has also caused many people to worry that China's manufacturing industry has suffered a huge impact and hundreds of thousands of jobs are about to be lost. Is China really helpless in this regard? 70 billion factories shut down and the US chip giant leaves. In the semiconductor industry chain, China has always been considered the world's largest market, and its potential cannot be underestimated. 7 years ago, the American chip giant Foundries coveted China's low foundry production costs and complete supporting measures, and came up with the idea of building a factory in China. In the end, the location of the factory was decided to be Chengdu. A year later, the project was officially launched. Foundries has invested $10 billion about 70 billion yuan, claiming that it will build the first 12-inch wafer production line in southwest China. This type of production line, on the one hand, will absorb a huge labor force, and on the other hand, it will also help American companies to significantly reduce manufacturing costs, which can be called a win-win. Unexpectedly, the situation suddenly took a turn for the worse. In the past 2 years, China's technology has risen rapidly, and major breakthroughs have been made in fields such as semiconductors and bio-anti-decay technology Sino-US. China, which has always been regarded as a cake, has begun to overtake other cars in a technical corner and snatch the global market. Naturally, this is absolutely intolerable to the United States. In order to protect the status of oligarchs and continue to grab huge profits, the United States has encircled and restricted Chinese companies in many ways. Chinese companies such as Huawei and ZTE have even been added to the restricted list by the United States. American chip companies headed by Micron have repeatedly accused Chinese companies of stealing commercial secrets. After the implementation of the US-Japan-Dutch agreement, China's semiconductor development has been hit hard and almost stagnated. Foundries, which invested and built a production line in China before, even joined in and took the initiative to participate in the containment and sanctions. After TSMC tore up the chip foundry agreement with Huawei, Foundries cancelled a large number of foundry orders from mainland China and fully suppressed the growth of China's semiconductor industry. Develop. Recently, Foundries' Chengdu factory was relocated as a whole. The factory has officially announced the shutdown and dismissed all employees. A 12-inch wafer factory covering an area of 1,000 acres has become an unfinished project. The costly artificial factory building has been built, and land resources have been invested in it. If the project cannot be revitalized, a lot of resources will be wasted. Doom the Chinese market. Chinese enterprises counterattack with one move. As Zhong Zhongmu of TSMC said, globalization is dead, and free trade is coming soon. The United States' move is to push China's chip industry to a dead end. But what they never imagined was that the more suppressed, the faster the rise of China's science and technology. In the field of technology, China has successfully broken through the production of 28 nanometers chips and achieved 100% localization. It has also ushered in major breakthroughs in core technical equipment such as lithography machines, 5G chips, CPUs, and photoresists. After the GF project was unfinished, Chinese companies stepped forward. At present, Shanghai Huala Microelectronics officially announced to take over GF's Chengdu chip factory, with huge funds and a team of engineers joining in to ensure that domestic chip production speeds up and meet the needs of the Chinese chip market. Behind this is the confidence brought by the rise of China's science and technology. Despite its weak foundation, China has never given up on technological breakthroughs. In addition to chip technology, even the biochip, Silaroi time technology that was once constrained, China has successfully emerged from the encirclement. According to the search data, the results of this kind of exogenous supplements were first discovered by the top universities in the United States. Research has proved that they can effectively prolong the healthy life cycle of the elderly body, allowing the body's various indicators to return to the youthful level. Previously, American and Japanese companies raised their costs to 5-digit sky-high prices in order to reap wealth. In order to benefit the people of the country, the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Qingbei have successively joined this research field. At present, domestic biotechnology companies have self-developed green enzyme technology, obtained more than 60 patents, and are tackling the long-plagued problem of raw material preparation. The technological breakthrough of Chinese companies has also caused panic among American and Japanese companies. At present, in order to maintain the domestic market of nearly 360 million middle-aged people, the cost of using imported salary has been greatly reduced by about 75%, and it has completely entered the middle-aged male group in second- and third-tier cities. According to data from JD.com and other channels, the turnover of the substance even exceeded 6 figures overnight at its peak. As China's technology continues to rise in the industrial chain, such situations have become commonplace. The Shield machine, which was once shouted at a sky-high price of 760 million by the German company Lion, is now successfully localized in China and has won 75% of the global market. Carbon fiber has broken the 30-year monopoly of foreign countries and is harvesting foreign countries at high prices. The upgrading of the industrial chain is unstoppable. The recent news of the relocation of the industrial chain of foreign companies has made China deeply aware that forging iron must be hard on its own. Only by accelerating the improvement of the self-research level of science and technology can we stand upright in the development of the international industrial chain. At present, China is firmly on the road of self-research and development of science and technology, accelerating the layout of science and technology innovation. Data show that in the first half of the year, China has significantly reduced the import of chips by nearly 320 billion and transferred them to domestic chips. At present, domestic chip production has reached 29.2 billion per month. It is believed that in the near future, the level of China's scientific and technological innovation will become higher, and it will stand tall in the forest of science and technology in the world.